they they're called cards that talk. And basically, I can't believe I sold them for that much. I had them for, I don't know why I had them listed for so much. That's crazy. But yeah, they're called cards that talk, and like they're for like if you go over to Japan or somewhere, you can just, you know, basically put up the card and say, you know, or, you know, just hold a card to somebody and they can tell you, they're like, you know, either yes or no questions, or like, where is, you know, and so they can point it, you know, point it out to you instead of having to translate, you know, having to use a book to translate or whatever. Yeah, they sold for $35.51 shipped.
Do you have to say the words, or you can just hold the card up?
You could just hold the card up.
Oh, well, that's nice. Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick Picker.
Chick Picker. Thanks, Sally.
Thank you. The time was a little delayed.
I was waiting there. Where are you?
I waited for Todd to say it. He didn't say it, so I had to say it.
Oh my gosh.
Where were you, Todd?
I'm here.
Could have fooled me.
You missed your intro.
Yep. How's everybody?
Do it again.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. You know, people get a kick out of that. Like, you are known for doing that.
Yes.
So people talk about that all the time.
Not to me.
Hey, Hank.
I know, Tommy. We were late this morning.
Good
we were late.
morning.
Sorry.
We were
fashionably late. How's that?
We were chatting, and the time got away from us.
Excuse me.
Tommy says, thank y'all for coming in last night. It's amazing how people smell a dusty siding. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I sleep too early, so I don't. But I'll watch the replay.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it brought back old memories, you know, of our show and you know, hanging out with him. So it was good. And you know, I said hi to him. He said hi to me. Everybody was cordial, and so all was well.
Yeah.
So
time helps.
You know, that's about all you can do.
Yep.
So I'm good to go with that.
And whose channel was this on last night?
This was on Tommy's.
Oh.
He usually has a evening or a night show. It's not evening. It's more like usually this is about like 10 o'clock. About 10, 11 o'clock at night. He usually has a...
Oh, crap.
Some kind of... Are you all right?
Yeah, I lost one of my pills.
Uh-oh.
It didn't want to go down.
Dang it. I don't want to.
Hurry and get it before the dog does.
I know. Well, I won't get it anyways because they don't come in here.
Oh, Mike. I fancy myself more of a rock star.
Oh,
but
boy.
Morning, Tommy.
Oh, Mike.
Sherry said it was after my bedtime too. I should have been in bed. I didn't go to bed until 12:30.
What is wrong with you? And you get on to me for not sleeping?
Yeah, I guess.
And then what time do you wake up this morning at 5?
No, I didn't wake up at 5. I was lazy. I think I woke up at 6:15.
Tommy, I watched the replay. I think I'm subbed to your channel.
But yeah, I don't need to be staying up that late but I was working, you know, and I was in the chat and hanging out, so yeah, I needed to get some stuff done and everything. So everything was good.
Good.
Still, Makari is holding out on me.
You haven't gotten a sale yet?
Not a sale yet. And I have over 100 listings over there. So
What the hell is wrong with them?
I don't know what's going on. They don't like me.
And she don't like
You
them.
have gotten sales there before, though.
I have. When I started back when, I got sales. And I got sales on clothes. That was the majority of the stuff that I sold. But these days, people like, but they don't buy.
So Hank says, are you promoting your items active every day?
Promoting my items active every day. What does that
Lord
mean?
God, you have to do that on Macari. I'm out. I'm out.
Promoting your active.
Promoting is like saying,
Like when you go to your offer to likers, is that what you're talking about?
no, it's a different one.
Is it
So
like
are you like deactivating and then reactivating every day?
No, it's a promotion. It's a,
There's no promotion.
yeah, you can promote up to 10, I think, a day. And then okay, so Hank says you can promote and do public price drop or send private offer. So then the private offer would.
Okay, so
probably
you're
do the
talking
same thing.
about offer to likers.
I guess so.
Okay. And that's pretty much on any item that has been hearted. Just click promote on the item. Right. Right. I have been doing that. But I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I dropped price by 5%. Mercari promotes. Okay. I guess I'll just have to keep on doing that. Even if no one has liked the item, you can hit promote for public price drop. Okay. Promote is like a refresh of your listing public. Makari says it moves the item up in search really. Okay. I mean, I'll do anything. I'll do anything, but I'm not gonna give my stuff away. So,
She'll do anything for love, but she won't do that.
she won't give her to buy her stuff.
but should have been not okay. Yeah, I'll try anything on that one. So I would really like to get that site going. I mean, I've got plenty of listings on there, but no, I'm not saying give it away, but it's like Posh where a lot of people say to price higher so you can drop prices. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And I have been basically because I've been I do the free shipping on there. And so when I do that, I'll tack on some. So even a flea market or yard sale start higher, expecting people to want to wheel and deal. Yeah. All right. I'll give it a whirl. I'm not going to give up yet. I'm going to keep on cross listing over there and I'll get her. So what's going on today? Sally sold a pack of cards for $35. What the heck is going on with that?
Cha-ching. Get it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was telling these guys they're translation cards, so that like if you go to Japan or something and you don't want to like learn the language, um you can hold up a card, like where's your bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
or do you have Pepsi, or it has certain cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have to learn the language. You could just hold up these cards and they're pretty much get it. They're
Dang.
pretty much yes and no questions, or something that somebody can point to. I'll go get them.
So, okay, so I have a question on this. So if they don't know the language, then how do they know what you're asking?
Because it has a picture.
Okay, so it has a picture of a toilet.
Let me go get the cards so I can, because I haven't looked at them in a while.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I know I still have them, but
Okay. Don't get lost.
okay, I'll be right back.
I would probably drop the toilet card and never get to use the restroom when I was in Japan.
You'd be
Probably just
screwed.
lose it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's see here. We got an offer. And I think I'm going to take that.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a nice little morning offer. Has anyone been sending offers to watchers on eBay? That works. I got quite a few
Yeah,
takers. Yeah, I do that usually every. I try to do it twice a day because I try to do it in the morning and then in the evening and see if there's any that's added on through the day. So
Yep, I do.
I'm trying it all. There's all kinds of, you got this little trick for this one and another little trick for another one, and I'm just trying it all. Oh, Kathy's pulling the life support on your eBay.
Hey,
Are you going to let it die? Don't give up that easily. Fight for your right. Let's see.
Hey, Dad.
Duck and weave, Kathy. Just duck and weave. That's what you got to do. I mean, you gotta do that. Keep paddling. That's right. It'll all work out. What do we got going here?
Hey, Deb, why aren't you on? Are they still doing construction?
Okay.
Okay. Man, they must have been in a good place. You found them real quick.
Yeah. These do have the language on them.
Okay.
A
certain language or?
Yes, Northwest Orient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please bring a glass of water.
Oh. So they're playing cards too?
No.
Okay, so that's just a decoration.
Well, you can use them as playing cards, but they have, because they have the.
Let's see.
But that looks like a
Yeah,
roll of
that
toilet
looks like a roll
paper.
of toilet paper.
It
May I
says
have?
they have a blanket and pillow.
That don't look nothing like that. Bring me some toilet paper, please. Okay.
Could you change the temperature? There was one in here and I'm like, damn, that's rude.
But I wonder if you could use those like for any language and just hold the card up. May I leave the aircraft? Yep, there's the exit. Be my guest.
So you at the damn door.
Yes.
What'd you get?
Ooh, Liz, I hope you do a video on it.
I sold a vintage Vasorette slip.
Oh,
That
cool.
was a very light baby blue for $30 yesterday.
Woo!
Good job.
That was a very good set. I was like, because I had it listed for 40, I think, and they sent me a offer for 30, and I was like, yeah, sure.
Mhm.
A package of cigarettes, please. There you go. I mean, you could kind of mistake that as like fries, but I don't know. Can I have some French fries, please?
Have you a newspaper from my country? Please hurry.
Oh, but you know, that's the like with languages. I mean, not to say that I could get by in like Asia or anything, because I think I would be completely lost. But I mean, with hand gestures and stuff like that, you know, most people, even in a foreign country, most people are going to know
Hey,
a
Johan.
little bit of English, you would think.
And actually, these cards are from 1978.
Ooh,
So,
so they're vintage.
yeah. See this?
I want to see the card that shows how to buy an eel.
There's a currency converter.
Lord.
Oh, that's cool. Huh.
Todd wants a card that says, "Show me your gold."
Show me the money. That is very cool.
Oh, I bet that's wrong.
Yeah, I bet it is too, especially since 1978.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, but it could be just for the date value on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, obviously, you looked up comps, so that's why you priced it the way you did.
maybe I did. I don't remember. But I have a whole other pack of these that are in the blue.
Oh, do you?
Hmm.
Are they listed for the same price?
I don't know. I need to go look them up.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Sally, how long have you had these?
Probably about. I think I bought them last winter,
Oh, okay.
so not long.
Good.
That's cool.
That's good. I'm glad you got those sold.
Asking to buy an eel could go horribly awry if you get some words wrong. Well, this is true.
What in the world here is going on? Come here.
Why aren't you in here, Kathy?
There it is.
Carrot says, trust me, not all the foreign students I get speak any English. I've got very good at miming. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Well, a lot of times when let's see how I put this correctly. So when I lived in California, I usually had dark hair, dark brown hair, somewhat looked Latino, Mexican. And there would be people that would just come up to me and start talking, talking to Spanish. I knew enough that I could figure out what they were saying, but it was harder for me to verbalize it, for me to, talk to them. So,
Yeah.
but so I kind of get that whole talking with your hands, and then I worked in a pharmacy that was primarily, it was in a very uh, Mexican Latino populated area, and so I learned a lot of my Spanish there. What the heck?
I don't think she can see the chat, Kathy. Can you see the chat, Bridget?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Kathy's talking to you and you're just
Oh,
ignoring
I'm
her.
sorry. I can't see the chat. I was doing something with eBay. I'm working, Kathy. I'm freaking working.
Can't do two things at once.
What is she saying?
She
Hi,
said,
Lori.
I guess Bridget's going to ignore me like Tom does.
Why,
Like Tom does Maggie.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
She answered your question in the chat.
What was my question?
Why doesn't Kathy come on here?
I didn't ask that.
Yes,
I
you
did.
Sally asked that.
Sally asked that. Well, then I have no idea what
Oh, she said hi. Hi, Kathy.
Kathy's talking about.
Gosh.
Drama.
Hey there, Miss Lori.
Hi, Lori. Ruh-roh. Oh, there you are. You went, and you froze like that.
It was like, yeah, I feel like that in the morning too.
What?
You froze.
It must be real cold in that trailer.
No, it's the internet keeps fluctuating again.
Oh, darn internet.
I imagine once the winds from Dorian get up here, I'll be lucky to get anything done.
Oh, hey there, Valerie. Hickory Springs.
Hey, Valerie.
Doing that. There.
Don't move.
Hey.
Just, you gotta freeze so it'll stay.
Get my TV antenna hooked up to my.
Better do a Vogue.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're alive, Valerie.
I'm glad I'm alive too.
Well, I was talking to Hickey, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alive too.
Yeah, that was kind of scary there.
Did she almost die?
Miss Valerie. No.
Oh.
Beth was trying to get a hold of her and she
Oh.
couldn't get a hold of her and she was worried. And so she messaged me and she's like, I don't know what to do. And she said, I've been trying to get a hold of her. I tried to get a hold of her daughter and, nothing. So I was like, well, I mean, I guess you could call the cops and have them do a wellness check on her.
Yeah.
And it was like she was on the phone and it was like Valerie read her mind or something, because as soon as she got on the phone was calling the cops, she called her back.
Oh my God.
And so I don't know if she completed the call, but yeah, she was in the process. But yep.
We've been there.
You gotta let people know. People know, let the people know that, care about you.
Yes, you do, right, Valerie? We've done that with Valerie before.
Mhm.
What?
Well, she's worried about you because you're not answering or something and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Well, at least I know somebody's thinking about me. I don't know. I try not to do that though. I mean, I try to keep my phone on me. I try to, if somebody's looking for me or, I try not to, because I hate that when that happens to me, when that, so.
Yeah. Valerie knows all she has to do is send me a message that says, "Are you mad at me?"
I could do that to anyone. I can usually do that to anyone, and I'll get a response back. Like, if you were trying to ignore me, too bad, because it's not going to work. Are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Usually gets a
And we're
pretty
like,
good response.
no, why?
Yeah.
What did I say? Did I do
I've
something?
done that to everybody, I think.
I think so too.
I'm like, why aren't these people? I need an answer.
But when you say it, like you get us, like for me, you get me thinking, like, did I say something? Did I
Right, right.
What the hell is she talking about?
Get your attention. Why
So
would
now
she
I
think
know.
that?
So now I say, yeah, I am. Leave me alone for a little while.
God damn it. I gave that shit up. So I got to think of something else now. Usually it was, I have an idea. And usually I get some kind of response, but I got a much better response when I said, "Are you mad at me?" So I started using that one.
I love it when hey, I'm thinking about doing something. And I'm like, oh my God, what? You get a better response out of me for that one. I have an idea.
You message me and say, I've got a watch to show you. I'm there.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. And even in our other chat, he won't respond, but you private message him. Hey, I have a couple watches. Could you help? Oh, he's like right there.
He's on it. Oh my gosh. There you go, Hank. Are you guys doing okay over there? I don't know. I haven't heard any updates. And look at my radar.
I've been keeping up with it, and like so far, I saw it was a category 2 now, but I'm not sure if it's going to get stronger or what could happen.
Yeah.
It's been crazy wind here since last night.
That I feel so bad for the Bahamas. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
They got slammed.
Like what a nightmare. It just sits there and just keeps. I mean, for 24 hours, it's not move. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, just leave.
Yeah. And my brother was there the week prior.
Really?
He was in Nassau with his family. So he left in the nick of time. That must be a thing these days with because he was saying that he was in Florida. I can't remember where, but he was in because they went from Nassau to Florida when they were coming back, and he was in Florida, and they were on the runway for 4 hours.
Whew.
That must be a thing now, because I'm hearing that more and more and more, where people are sitting on the runway, and it could be from storms or whatever, but that just seems to be more and more now.
I would rather get off the plane
Yeah.
and wait at the airport than freaking be stuck on the plane for 4 hours.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Morning.
Hickory Springs says my cousin lives in the Bahamas. Got to call my brother to see if he can get in touch with her. Yeah, definitely. Hope she's okay. Morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to ya.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, somebody kept me too late last night.
It was not me.
Watching the YouTube show,
Well, that's you.
and I just, I got up and took Roberta to work and came back and went back to sleep sitting in my recliner.
Uh-oh.
Tom, there's a little button right there on YouTube. You hit it and it shuts off.
I know. It's in it.
It's hard to do that, though.
Oh.
It's difficult to do that.
Isn't that amazing how that works, Todd?
You don't want to miss nothing. Well, I don't. That's right, Joanna. Yeah, because it completely messed up their whole flight. Like, sitting in there for on the plane for 4 hours. They were supposed to got a connecting flight in Texas, and so they lost their they missed their connecting flight, and so they had to spend the night in the airport. I think in the airport. They might have, I don't know. And then they were able to catch the plane home the next day, but that just kind of, put everybody's schedule.
Yeah, because they were late for starting school, right?
Right. That was their first day of school. And they were late. And then my brother was late. My sister-in-law was late. I mean, everybody was just late.
I'll tell you what, that's one thing. I would never schedule a cruise in August, September, October. I just wouldn't, because they're so, that's like hurricane season. You never know.
Yeah.
I just came off of one, remember, a couple of weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I don't know. I just went during those months.
Yeah.
You're rolling dice when you
right.
But a lot of times you can get some good deals.
I go to Florida in September. Like this right now would be the week I'd be in Florida if I was going to Florida this year. But that doesn't bother me. But if you're on a cruise, I mean, you're in the water.
Yeah. You're stuck.
The Tim tracker, he did a video and he went to Disney World yesterday morning, and there were still people there. I mean, there was people there. Not he didn't wait no time for anything, but
a lot of people in the Orlando area, during a hurricane, they will go and stay at a Disney resort because the Disney hotels were built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane.
Oh.
So if you go, and they have their own power company, they have their own fire company, they have their own emergency services. So you go there and stay, you're going to get food, you're not going to lose power. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's kind of smart.
They have stuff to do, like in the lobby and everything.
That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. There's a hurricane. Oh, let's go to Disney.
Well, if you live in the area, that's a good thing. And also, even if you live in the area, you don't have school or work, and you've got an annual pass to Disney World. Hell, let's go there. We can go ride the Haunted Mansion 30 times because there's nobody there.
Right. The only thing is, everybody else in Florida's thinking the same thing.
Well, there was nobody there yesterday when he filmed that thing.
Even if it's like Hurricane Irma, obviously the park's closed. The park closed early yesterday. The parks are closed, but you're still in that where they will get food to you.
You'll be taken care of.
You'll still have air conditioning. You'll be taken care of.
Julie said her friend Josh was live from Magic Kingdom yesterday, and the park was dead. Magic Kingdom closed at 3 yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, Julie.
Monday night's Halloween party was empty too. Wish we could have been there.
Yeah, I saw he was live from the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
That's what.
but you know, on Tim's video, they were still doing the parades. There was nobody. There's just very few people there watching them, but they were still dancing down the streets.
I think they closed Magic Kingdom at 3, though.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Oh, wow. So Hickory Springs says, I'm from Tampa Bay. I didn't realize that. She said, different mindset towards hurricanes parties. I'm sure there's lots of hurricane parties. And then Liz says, I'm from St. Pete, Hickory Springs. And Hickory Springs says, me too. That's crazy. You guys are from the same area. That's cool.
you know, if I was going to move
That's
to
neat.
Florida, a couple of years ago we went down to Tampa for to go out on a cruise. Our youngest son graduated from high school, and I think that's where I'd want to live. That's really nice out on that side of the state.
How far is that from Orlando, though?
I don't know. Can't you drive across the state of Florida right there in like an hour and a half?
I was going to say it's probably 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, depending on traffic.
Hey, Google, how far is it from Tampa to Orlando? 84 miles from
Oh, that's not bad.
Orlando to
Oh.
Tampa by car.
That's not bad at all. You could do that.
I'm surprised she can understand your accent there, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I had somebody saying last night or actually it was Tommy on Tommy's show last night saying that I have a good voice.
You do have a good voice.
That
but-
I should be doing, he says I should be doing, if you want automotive, press 1. If you need parts, press 2.
I don't know, because I don't know if some people wouldn't be able to understand that Southern talk.
I know. Thank you for coming to Walmart.
You guys went to the same high school?
Find a fresh sale on fresh chitlins on aisle 3.
What the hell's a chitlet?
You know what a chitlin is? We've discussed it before, Bridget.
I
It's
do
time
not.
of setting in, honey. That's hog intestines.
It's like
Hog intestines.
is
That's what it is.
I thought it was a chickadee or like
No, that's a bird.
a baby
It's a
baby
little bird.
chicken. A baby chicken.
Chitlins or hog
Chitlin.
intestines that have been cleaned thoroughly.
Chitlins, not chickens.
I'm so confused. Mr. Sadie says he has a great face for radio. How far?
That's right. Hell, that's right. I do, baby.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I have a great face for radio. And I'll say that.
Great face for radar.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know. Let's see. So true, Liz and Valerie, do you guys think you may have met somewhere? Like maybe you went to the same school or
I thought Liz was old though, and Hickory Springs was young.
No, opposite.
Oh, is
Valerie graduated in 81 and Liz graduated in 90.
Oh God,
They're all a bunch of babies.
she might have
Wow.
babysitted for her.
Shut your face, Tom.
Oh, they went to the same.
they went to the same high school, huh?
That is crazy.
So Highway Buzz, he says if you need to find a dadgum price, go to our website and don't waste your dadgum time. And have a nice day.
On my keyboard, honey.
Oh my God, mine is.
That's what she
better than
said.
my ass too. Tom,
Ma'am.
I said mine has been a pain in my ass too today.
She's been in her chair under her blanket asleep until I came out here and she heard me talk.
Oh.
Mhm.
We're getting storms, so Rascal's like wants on my lap the whole entire time. That's where she wants to stay. Then I put my laptop here, and then she climbs up on the keyboard and sits right on my lap, like right, and looks at me like, "Now what are you gonna do?"
Yeah. Hey, pay attention.
Wow. Well, that's awesome that you guys found out where you guys were, that
Did
you
you
guys
have
were
Mr.
from the
Sanderson
same
for
area.
history?
Huh? What?
They're supposed to be going, did you have Mr. Sanderson for history at high school?
Right.
Because they both went to the same high school.
Morning, Julie.
Morning, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
She has her appointment today.
Ooh.
How's that baby doing? It's still perking right along?
Baby's doing fine. Baby's doing fine. She said it's really hard to sleep at night because, like, all day, if she's standing up, the baby's right on her bladder. But then, when she goes to bed, the baby like nuzzles up, like right as far up as she can get, and pushes everything up. And she said it's just so uncomfortable. Oh, she was giving me the people's elbow last night. Man,
I used
Well,
to
at least she
love,
wasn't tap dancing.
man.
I used to love to see that. Just like lay there and watch the baby's like head or the elbow or stuff just moving.
She said her husband Dan had his hand on her stomach the other night, and she did something where she like had her arm or whatever, and it just like went across, and he felt that, and it just freaked him out.
Oh, I
He's
love
like,
that.
that is just the weirdest feeling ever. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But we'll find out. Hopefully, well, Julie says we will find out today exactly the day that we're going to be going in. So, that way I can, start making
Right.
plans and stuff. So, buying tickets and all that good stuff for my 5-week vacation.
Oh my God, again?
No.
What the hell?
No, she'll be gone for 15 weeks this time.
Yeah, I knew Tom would.
Julie's
fix
got to
that.
share her sometimes,
We'll have a baby. She'll come up and sit with you, Bridget.
No, I'm not buffering, and absolutely not. That's not happening.
Morning,
No,
Glenn.
mine isn't buffering.
But it should be somewhere between November 8th to the 12th, somewhere around there. So we'll get a definite date and she's gonna get scheduled and everything. So we'll get that all squared away.
Good.
So you'll be a Meemaw again.
Yep. For the 5th time. 5-time Meemaw. Yep.
Now, is Julie planning on having more children after this?
I think they want at least one more, I think she was saying.
No, let me tell you what. You need either 2 or 4, not 3. Because the logistics of 3 just totally screws up everything. No, I'm serious. They get up to some size and you take them to like an amusement park or something like that.
Yeah, and then one's left out. Yeah.
You got one left out. So mom or dad has to ride with them, and that means the other parent has to ride by themselves.
Yeah. I
In a
don't know.
minivan, you got 2 on one seat and 1 by themselves, and that means problems.
And if you have 4, you might as well have 6. I mean,
No, Lord God, no. Have mercy.
Originally they wanted 5. So.
And then her husband took up playing video games, and she's lucky to get 2.
Yeah. But Yeah, I know they want a couple. If they could have two more, I think they probably would. But that's a lot of babies, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, especially out where they live at.
Like
Oh,
what
it's
So
Julie
Julie.
says here, shoot, by your fifth kid, you don't even notice them.
yeah,
Yeah.
Julie's
That's like
30.
that's like the first one. They say the first kid comes along, they drop their pacifier, you throwing it in bottled water. I mean, you throwing it in boiling water and sterilizing it before you give it back to them, and then by the time your third one comes along, it's like you just stick it in your mouth and lick it off, and stick it back in their
Yep,
mouth.
yep, yep.
How old is Julie?
She's 30.
Oh, she's still got
Now, I would pick off most of the dog hair before shoving it back in the
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's just good. That and little dirt's good for kids. Keeps helps them build up an immune system. These kids that live in sterile environments, boy.
Oh, but yeah. So, I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take as many grandkids as I can. So, uh,
My my nephew that's in his mid-30s. He just turned 30. He's got a little girl, and she would share her pacifier with their dog that sleeps in the house.
Gosh.
She'd take it out of her mouth and stick it in his, and then he would just sit there looking at her, and she'd take it back from him and put it back in hers. And his wife was freaking out about that. He's like, "Is she dying? Is she going into convulsions? Leave her alone. She's quiet." Somebody just got a ka-ching.
that would be me. I sold a Bernie for President T-shirt for $30.
Wow.
Oh.
Go Bernie.
Yep. I knew that sucker would sell.
Hell yeah, feel the burn.
I've had it for a while, and it took a while to sell. I probably had it for a good year, but I just kept it on. It sell eventually. That's good. Good.
Lori, you got a couple of grandkids, don't you?
I have one. Just the one. Every so often.
Yep, Julie, that's what I dream of. Busy summers at Mimi's house. Yep, that's what I want to happen. Every summer they come to Mimi's house. They
Julie and Tina are both waiting for those teenage years so they could say, "Okay, you're going to Mimi's house for 3 weeks this year."
Yep.
But
Maybe
Mom,
you'll
she
get 'em.
lives in Texas. It's so damn hot down there.
Maybe you get them into shape. Get them in there and get some chores for them, and they can earn their keep and all that good stuff. So.
And she makes us take pictures all the time. We put stuff up. We put stuff on mannequins. We take pictures. We stick them in a bag, and
That's right.
we have a
Put 'em
number
to
written
work.
on them, so she knows which pictures goes to which number or which bag with clothing in it. Hell yeah, you got all 5 of them there. You could be knocking out some down listings, couldn't you?
There you go. Anchor store, here I come.
And today on Texas TV, a grandmother was using her grandchildren as slave labor to build her eBay empire.
Joanna says, I could ship a coloring book medium mail, right? I believe so.
As long as it doesn't have advertising, I think it's the word.
I think so.
Good morning, Joanna. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Maggie Doodle. Good morning.
Maggie! There's the mover.
Yeah, God love her.
She gonna be, oh man.
Well, I found out that I listed both of these cards in both packs in the same listing, so that's probably why they went for that much.
Oh, so you sold both of them?
Yeah.
Ow. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Good morning, Swamp.
$35 is $35.
I paid 25 cents each for them.
Hey.
What kind of cards are they?
They're translation cards. Like, I'll show you before I put them up. They're from 1978. Could you remove this armrest, please?
Huh?
Can I take this on the plane?
Looks like it's got little wires for a bomb. No, you can't. Like a little curly wire across.
I need a model that is.
Wonder if there's
Morning,
one
Brad.
to. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm not gonna say that.
Those are cool. You know, those obscure little card games can be.
Do you have a larger one?
Yeah, that could be rude.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Oh my gosh. Woo.
Joanna, none of mine were into pacifiers.
Orange version of Cards Against Humanity. There you go.
Oh my gosh, I love that game. That was
Me too.
I played it with my son-in-law and my daughter, and that was just
It's hilarious.
that was awesome.
I'm actually really good at that game. My son was a little intimidated. Like, whoa.
You know, for me, I was a little apprehensive about, some of the things that I wanted to say on there, and I was just like, just let loose, just say whatever comes to your mind, and it makes it more fun to do it that way.
I do that. My daughter's like, "Oh, Mom, there's something wrong with you."
Yeah, that's my son too. He's like,
like, what? You just now finding that out?
All right.
Hang on, let me print this real quick.
Hang tight there, Mr. Brandon.
Good morning, Brandon.
Everybody's saying good morning.
I know. I waved to him already once.
That was before I came in.
Oh my goodness. Everybody's sales doing okay?
Yeah.
I guess all right.
It seemed like they're picking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine.
Brandon sold his second item yesterday.
Yeah.
A
Wow.
sweater.
Between yesterday and today, I got 14 because I didn't get them all packed yesterday because my sister needed my help. So I got yesterday's to pack in today. So I was like,
what are you doing?
Awesome.
I started
Yeah, it
using that.
seems.
Tom, how many do you have going out?
None.
Todd, how many do you have going out? He's not on.
What are
many
you
do you have
using,
going out?
Lori?
That share feature. And
Okay.
and then when you can send offers and then you can share, I was like, why not? So
Yeah, that works. It does work.
of course, the people I'm selling to, I don't know them. So, I mean, unless they know somebody on Facebook that I know, mutual friends maybe, but hey, if it works, I don't care if I know them or not.
Yep.
They buy.
That's right. That is right.
So you're sharing just on Facebook, or you use Twitter and stuff too?
No, just on Facebook because we have a Facebook page for our store. And I haven't used it in a while because I get so busy. I forget about it. And I thought, hey, yeah, that's a good idea. So I started sharing it to that.
Yeah.
And I would personally share the our page. So
Why don't you get under here, get under the light that doesn't have any heat on it? Huh?
why would you want to do that?
I have a neon light, and it doesn't show out. It doesn't throw off any heat. She thinks it does, so she goes and lays up under it.
Yeah, I have a cat that's weird like that too. I got one that thinks he's Frank Sinatra at night. He sits in the hallway in the middle of the night and sings.
Oh, you're supposed to say, "Come here, baby." You're supposed to say, "Come to mama. I'm right here." That's what we do.
That's
Don't
what
we?
I do. I'm like, come on.
That's the only time he does it. As soon as everybody lays down to go to sleep, all the lights are out, he sits in the middle of the hallway.
Is it a little boy? I mean, a boy cat?
Yeah, he's an old one too. He's like
Okay,
60.
well, our boy cat does it too. He gets out. He's like, "I'm lost. Where's everybody at?"
He never used to do that because Tanner would always run him off. But now that Tanner's gone, they have gone absolutely ape shit. It's like, God, he kept law and order with the other animals, and now that the warden's gone, they're just.
Rhea says her cat does it too.
It's like, oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Tries to hit the wall.
Maybe your cats have Alzheimer's, because I mean Maggie's cat does that.
Yeah, but hers does it during the day. He doesn't say a word or meow or hardly anything. He just sits there and watches everything. But at night, it's like the spotlight's on him. He's like, like a cat on a fence at night.
Morning, Texas Val.
I said, you are not going on America's Got Talent.
Hi, Texas Val.
Oh, drives me crazy.
Yeah, these dogs are on my last nerve yesterday. It's like if somebody made a noise, or if there was a fly that was flying outside, they were barking at it, and it just drove me. And once they start that, they're like, we got to go outside, and I don't like to leave them. Yesterday was 90, so I didn't want to leave them outside, for very long. But they're spoiled, and I admit it. They are spoiled, and I should probably put them outside more often. But yeah, I don't know.
My other cat headbutts me all night long. He'll come up and bang.
Yeah.
Oh my
Go
gosh.
away.
Yes. Like,
All
pay
night.
attention to me.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Roxy says, I let you live in my house. You're supposed to step and fetch for me.
No.
And that's what she thinks. She thinks this is her house. She lets us live here.
Maggie says, yep, our two of ours roam around meowing. It's like living in a crazy house. Oh my gosh.
Pat, she sits there all day, just sits there and stares. He's got this look like, cross me and I'll scratch you,
Oh my gosh.
And he sings all night long. He's so weird.
Well, has Dorian started moving again?
Oh,
Is he still hovering over the Bahamas, or did he finally start moving?
It's moving, but slowly.
It's a very
Last time I
slow
looked, it
moving.
was still near the Grand Bahama Island or whatever.
Yeah, that's where Nassau's at. That's not good, because when they move slow like that and they're running up the coast, all it's doing is sucking out water out the Atlantic and dumping it on the coastline.
Oh yeah. I mean, the eye is still off coast, but
yeah. Well, that's the worst. I mean, that's when the eye's off coast, but it's still close to the coastline.
yeah,
It's flooding
Yeah.
the land.
Mm-hmm.
And Bridget, I want you to know that they've already secured south of the border.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, there was a friend of mine posted a thing to our Facebook about on the news. They were out there tying stuff down and bringing stuff in, putting it in those buildings they have down there and whatnot. I thought, well, Bridget will be happy. Her favorite place, her second favorite place in the world.
It is a
okay
place. It really is. It's a kind of a cool place.
Why didn't you buy that $8,000 alligator? You got money.
Well, because I asked you, I was trying to text you for the money, and you never answered.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh, well.
I didn't get that. Sorry. And why didn't you let Chris get that Mad Hatter hat?
He could have got whatever he wanted. He has his own money. Did they tie Pedro down?
Joanna, I would rather run from a tornado than a hurricane. Yeah, but a tornado, I mean, in the daylight. Now, if it's at night, you're screwed.
Yeah, because you can't see it coming.
No. So I'd probably do the same thing. I never want to have to do that, though.
No.
Texas Val says, just got back from the lake yesterday. Left everything behind. Going back again either tomorrow or Friday. Trying to get a little bit of fun before the winter. Since we work all summer. Hey, get it while you can. That's what I say.
Yeah, the guy across the street works for heating and air conditioning people, and he said right now they're not doing a whole lot. I said, well, that's good because winter's coming.
Yeah.
Hank's
Are
got
reminding me.
Hank's got a good point.
Hurricane over tornado any day here. We get at minimum days worth of awareness. That is true. I mean,
Because with tornadoes, you get minutes.
Yeah, that is true there.
I mean, you never know when they never really know when one's going to drop, really.
And a hurricane, it's a slow moving storm usually. So
with a tornado, it's like 200-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, and it's moving fast,
Yeah.
So that is true.
ID.
I don't know. I'd rather not do either one of them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like we live far enough away from the coast that we get the rain off of the fins as it's swirling.
Right.
We get that. Except for Hugo, that's the only one that that's really massively impacted.
Yeah.
Up here.
You guys got a lot from Hugo.
Some places in Charlotte didn't have power for 3 weeks. The system was just screwed up.
Oh my gosh.
But
you got rain for 3 weeks?
They've usually
not power
dropped down to like a category 1 at least by the time they get this far in. But
oh my gosh. Valerie, she said, I was here for the Joplin tornado.
That was bad.
That was really super bad.
It ranks up there with the Xenia tornado in 74 or 78. I can't remember when that was. And 10 years later, that poor town got hit again and annihilated again.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like how it could hit, towns several times. It's just crazy.
I really feel bad for those people down in the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's bad. Majority of it's underwater.
Yeah.
And just totally destroyed.
Well, I don't know. There's some buildings in Nassau that's been there for hundreds of years. That's like Charleston. When Hugo hit Charleston, all the damage was done to the modern construction. The rest of it, I mean, like those houses been there for 200 years. They were still there because they were built. You know, they didn't have styrofoam siding on it. You know, for insulation, they had plank boards and that kind of stuff. So they're a lot more tighter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they did, you know. My cousin had a place out on has a place out on Folly Beach, and she was 2 houses away from the beach. And when they let them go back to the island, she was beachfront.
Mm. Craziness.
Well, it's like those people that live down in Louisiana and all those places down there. You know, you're used to it. You got to have a plan.
Yeah, you gotta have a plan.
If not, then you just need to move someplace else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I technically I do have I have some sort of plan. If I know that there is going to be, well, and it's kind of hard to know, but if I have a feeling or you know, the forecast says there's definitely going to be a tornado in your area, I know that I can go someplace that has a basement, and that's probably what I would do. If there was no time for that, then go to the closet, get my Cheez-Its and run.
Go get your broomstick. Get ready.
I ain't never gonna live that one down. I gotta have my
No,
Cheez-Its.
you're not.
No.
That's okay.
Mhm.
Well, at
Cheez-Its
least they
and
don't
dog
last.
treats.
They're always fast moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
the
luckily.
people that it crosses over, they're not there for, you know, a day. It's zips right on past.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it's doing a hell of a lot of damage as it's zipping.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's sitting over Kansas City, you know, just turning and turning and turning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the closest one that I've been to one is it was a mile away, and it tore up combines like they were little matchbox cars. I mean, it just twisted and turned all that metal, and I was just amazed at that, you know. And that was like the second or third time that place had been hit. Just crazy.
It was on the Weather Channel. They had some video of a tornado going through the Midwest somewhere, and it was showed these tornadoes picking up and slinging these big combines, not the ones like you would see around a normal farms. Those big, huge ones that once they crank them up and start doing these big agricultures, they run for like 3 weeks straight.
Yep.
Picked that sucker up and slung it like it was nothing.
Yep.
What are you laughing so hard about, Tom? Hank? Good morning, Tara.
Are you talking about the hurricane? Were you talking about hey, can I tell you something? Well, maybe it's kind of interesting to me. Do you remember, it was in a video, I bought that bronze statue of that stingray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that artist is from in the Abacos, I think it's Little Harbor or something like that. And when I was like looking all this up about the artist, they also have this bar there. It's Pete something. I don't know. But I was like, because the Abacos were hit so bad by that hurricane, they would be like once every like 12 or 20 hours, they put out a message like, is so-and-so airport open, or can anybody get through the road? And I'm like, oh my God, these poor people are you know, stuck on this island, and you'd see this like random Facebook post about, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope they live. Anyway, it was kind of scary, I thought.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then when you see the video of those abacos, I mean, it looks like, I mean, like a nuclear bomb went off. I mean, it's really, I don't know if the death toll went up, but honestly, when you see the destruction, it's amazing that they only had 5 confirmed dead.
Well, if it
Yeah.
rate bronzes, that would be good for us. There's only 27 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they ordered all the Navy was ordered out to sea to get them out the harbors,
Yeah.
dumping them to death in the being tied up.
No. And it's funny,
Ships,
Todd, you
they're
were
all
just
sent
there.
out too.
You were just in the Bahamas like 10 days ago.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
amazing when you think
And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of construction going on down there. If you happen to watch my video, you'll see some of it. There's a lot of it all over that island going on down there. I hope they have that stuff secure as they're building it, because if not, there's a lot of daggum new construction scattered all over that island.
Yeah, this artist, this sculptor's son owns this Pete's Pub and Gallery in which is also where they sell these bronzes in the Abacos. And then I was seeing these random posts about it.
I was just singing the song from The Wizard of Oz, Hank. Nothing to anybody in particular. I just like that line that says she saw a witch on her broomstick going for a ride. Where did Valerie go?
I don't know, but you're the host. If something flashed up on my screen that said Tom's the host.
Huh. Wow, that's weird.
Nice, Tom taking over her show.
Yeah,
Good job.
No, when I was listening to that show last night, people kept saying I like watching Tom and Valerie's show in the morning, and I'm like, no. I am on Valerie's Chick Picker show.
I did not. I'll tell you, I would watch that show last night, and I didn't realize what a superstar you are, Tom. Because everybody's saying, "Oh, we love Tom's voice," and this.
I was like, "What the hell's up with that? I hate my voice."
I got to try to ride this man's coattails because I didn't know on YouTube. I've been gone so long, I didn't even know what's happening.
But everybody talked about how much they like this show.
It's a good show.
It is a good show.
Hey, Tom.
Be careful, my camera's on.
When you were talking about yeah, you don't want to see this.
Is he naked?
Well, he has underwear on.
I'm wearing a pair of BVDs and a smile.
She's like, oh, the camera's on. We're like, uh-oh.
When you were talking about those ships, how they tell them to go out to sea so they're not bashing into each other, a buddy of mine, well, I worked with him. He was older than me. He was in Vietnam, and he was on I think it was a cruiser or something. It wasn't a huge ship, but anyway, they were in port and they had a fire on the ship. So the harbor master said, "We're sending tugs right away." And they're like, okay, well, so the harbor master shows up. Well, they think they're going to help them with fire suppression. They got their fire crews up on deck. They're working on putting out the fire. No, they threw on lines and they cut the lines at the dock. They cut their mooring lines, and the tugs threw lines onto the deck, ordered them to secure them to the tugs, and pulled them out. They're not there to help you put the fire. He says, "Yeah, I was shocked. They weren't here. They didn't help us put the fire out at all. All they were doing was pulling us out to sea so we didn't burn the harbor."
Jeez.
So it's always it's what's good for everybody, not necessarily what's good for you when it comes to ships and harbors.
Oh my God! Remember that fishing boat you told me the story about, the Lady B? Okay, so Jim's on this fishing boat, the Lady B. It
was Helen Brock's boat.
Anyway, on this chartered fishing thing, but. A couple years later, the boat ended up in a hurricane. Guy took it out to sea, and they found him dead. He tried to tie himself off to the mast, and they found him dead.
Yeah, he wasn't on the ship. They found him adrift with a rope tied around his waist.
Yeah,
and then they found the boat a little while later.
Anyway,
yeah,
so that can be dangerous too.
They changed the name to the Big Blue or something, but the original name of the boat was the Lady B, and that was Helen Brock from Brock Candy's boat. And she was found decapitated I think in the islands. They figured
killed by her horse trainer.
Okay, yeah.
She had figured out she was giving money for horses, but he was buying not that good of horses. So he was getting 60,000 from her, let's say, but only buying like a $9,000 horse. And she figured it out, and they always figured that he was the one that had her killed. Anyway.
You better watch your blah, blah. You better watch your back there, Jim. You're married to a horse
We
trainer.
don't have any money for horses.
Is it behind you? Is that a hat on top of a jacket, or
Yeah, because that's the banister that goes, that's a hallway, and there's steps that go upstairs. And on that banister, there's like a purse hanging because I'm messy. And there's a jacket I'm going to list on eBay. And then we've been doing wash, a winter hat.
Well, we could show you the hallway. There's a line of.
no? I thought it was a piece of statuary back there. You know, the sleeping man or something like that. The sleeping hunter.
No,
You know,
that's
he's all covered up and he's got his head down.
that's the banister post for the steps going upstairs. Which the hallway's only half painted. I got to go and do all the touch up. I'm not taking you on a tour.
Well, and we got, there's still boxes lining
Yeah.
everywhere. There's still gerbil trail.
Welcome back, Valerie. You okay?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened.
I was
Did
like,
you do it, or did it just do it on its own?
It just did it on its own.
Oh yeah, because it flashed a little box up, said Tom's the host. Be sure Tom didn't do it.
and then they start making these slurs like, oh, he's taking over Valerie's show last.
Did Sally leave on purpose, or did she get booted?
I got booted.
Oh, you are. Oh, so you're
I'm just kidding.
got
I'm just kidding. I had to go pee.
I don't know what happened. It just went off, and then I was like, "Well, how do I get it back?" And then, because I didn't know how. And
Oh,
so
you
I
mean the
went
other
back to-
day?
No, today.
Just a minute ago.
Today we went. I went off, like
Ah.
it completely. Yeah, and so I was like, "Well, I don't know how to get back on," so I logged back into Zoom, and I guess that did it. So
I guess now we know that Tom is your second in command. It's like
there you go.
Star Trek. He's like your Riker and you're Picard.
There you go.
One with hair.
Hey,
Or like
Well,
Negan and Dwight.
oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or Negan and Simon.
um,
We're moving on.
Oh yeah.
I just went to the bathroom and had to turn on the heater.
is it getting cold up there already?
The heater. Oh, it can't be that cold.
It's cold.
Getting and I know in Eagle River, I mean, I checked our weather back home. It was it's 40 at night.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty close to the 30s.
Yeah, and the
With
highs
the
are
wind
like,
chill, because the wind gusts were about 30 last night. So with the wind chill is probably close to 20.
oh my God,
Oh
it's
my
too
gosh.
early to be talking about wind chill, Sally.
No
know.
doubt.
It was cold. It's 58,
Make it stop.
Mm.
and we have a 14-mile-per-hour winds.
My neighbor that's the heating and air conditioning guy, they get paid 40 hours a week. And like right now, they've gone in and they've basically, unless somebody gets some calls, they're basically off for the rest of the week. They went in and or reorganized their trucks and, make sure they had all the things that they need that they keep on their trucks. And, but he said his bosses basically said the same thing I said, because we had 90-degree weather in May. He's like, oh my God, I hope we don't have 18-degree weather in October, because that was way out of norm for us to have such hot temperature in May. It's that global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when it gets cold, then it's a climate crisis.
I remember a lot of years there was this thing, it's called Holly Gras on Halloween up in Wisconsin, and I'd take Brandon to it, and that's like what, October 31st, and there'd be snow on the ground.
It never rained. I mean, it never rained. It never snowed in Charleston. If it did, it was a flurry. and everything was shut down. Okay, I mean literally everything was shut down. When we moved to Rock Hill, up here right below Charlotte, it snowed on my birthday the first year we lived up here. We got like 4 inches of snow, and that's the best best birthday present I ever got. And now, if they start talking about snow, I'm like, oh my God, no.
Well, wasn't the movie Cold Mountain? Was she supposed to be like in North Carolina, or was she in West Virginia?
I
They
have
had
no
snow
idea.
there. Oh, you've never seen that movie, Tom? You look like the type that would watch Cold Mountain.
No, I haven't seen that.
You
It's a
should
trap.
watch it. You should watch it.
It's with Jude Law, Renee Zellweger,
Renee Zellweger is a great character.
and
in
who's
that
that
movie.
crazy lady? The one,
Nicole
Nicole Kidman. Ugh, don't.
Do it, Tom.
It's a
You'll
trap.
like. Tom will like it.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I know.
What's it,
Tom will.
why is it a trap? Y'all stop that over there. Turn
Okay,
your cameras off. That's gross.
Shut up.
Sally's over there sucking face with Brandon.
I was not sucking face.
At least she didn't stick her tongue out first.
Oh, good Lord.
I did not do that, Tom.
Brandon, you're not allowed to do that.
Bridget told
Yeah,
me
if I want to really mess with Roberta, you know, she's going to bed first.
Bridget said
I'll,
you can't kiss me no more.
That's okay.
I'll walk over to her and I'll say, give me some sugar before you go to sleep. And by the time she starts to kiss me, I'll like start sticking my tongue out like a snake, you know. And she's like, "Stop that! We're not 20 years old."
What does Brandon's shirt say? Does it say like Big Papa?
Yeah, it says call me Big Papa.
Oh, call me Big. That's a good shirt.
But that's Papa Smurf on the front of it, isn't it?
What's Papa Smurf?
Yep.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, I'll see you when you get back.
Bye. Have fun.
Bye.
Don't work too hard.
Going grocery
Sadie,
shopping.
do you have to fix your own road going into your house? Is it that far off the main road? I love driving a Bobcat.
Do you need anything else while I'm out? Hey, did you buy cigarettes today?
Huh?
Did you buy cigarettes last night?
No.
So I need to get those too.
She needs $10 million is what she needs. That's what Roberta always says. When I'm going to the store, she said, is there anything else I can bring back? And she'll say $10 million, because times we pay the taxes on it, that'll leave us about 6, and we can go from one cruise to another.
I won $80.
You what?
We went to the New York State Fair, and they always have the New York lottery building
Right.
there. So like if you spend $40, they give you these tickets, and then you take those tickets and you go to each booth and you get to do a extra game or whatever, like
Oh, cool.
or spin the wheel. So I was doing that, and I kept getting like 4 free tickets, 5 free tickets. Freaking Chris is getting a tote bag.
Wow.
You're so mad. But anyway, so I ended up with all these tickets. I spent $40 and I ended up winning $81.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
You got that folded, that $81 folded up in your wallet for your gifts? I mean, not for your gifts, for your souvenirs when you go out to Disney?
No, the $81 is gone.
Oh. You already spent that, did you?
We bought stuff at
It's
the fair.
unspent.
Get it?
Oh, it's not your house. It's
Baby.
boss's
Woo.
property.
Get it, baby.
Then Nintendo out the door.
Oh, you sold a console?
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are they selling for now?
Well, this wasn't everything. It was just the console and the cords. It didn't have any controllers or games or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sold for $33, free shipping.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to Florida, so it's going to cost regional A box is about $8 or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay. I didn't get much for it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Get them out. Move them in, get them out.
Hit 'em up,
That's what
move 'em
it's
up, move 'em
all
up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, move 'em up, roll hard.
I knew it was coming. That's why I said it.
Run 'em in, roll hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Wapoosh.
What the
Wapoo.
hell?
My mom and dad have Me TV on their cable network down there. So when I go down there and sit with my dad, he because of his eyesight, he likes to just lay there and listen to these old TV shows. So we were watching Rawhide, Wagon Train, all of these, all of these, The Rifleman, all of these old TV shows that I remember watching as a kid, and they were first runs. They weren't repeats.
Oh, wow.
My mom said I get so tired of that channel. I'd like to see something in color every once in a while. I said, well, Mom, he doesn't see so well. That's the reason.
Let's see.
Bridget, I need Dymo help.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I got my labels in and try to hook it up, and I can't get the print the right size or direction to print out on the label.
Is it printing?
Yeah, it prints the label, but I can make it little bitty, and I can make it sideways. I don't know. I can't get it to.
Did you change the label side? Like, where are you trying to print from? eBay?
Yeah.
Did you change the label? Like when you go to print, it'll have on there a menu. When you click print label,
Yep.
it'll pop up your print screen.
Yep.
Okay. Now over on the side, it'll say Dymo, whatever your Dymo is. I don't know which one you have as your printer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'll screen share it with you sometime.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, do that because I'm not printing a label right now. So, but you can click which label you're using. Like for the 4XL, I have to click that drop down box and click 4x6 label
4x6
or 6x4, whatever the hell they call it. And you only have to do that like once. You don't have to do it all the time, but once.
4x6.
If you're using the Dymo XL, yes.
I've got a Label Rider 450 Turbo.
Okay, so that's the same one you sent me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, so that's a smaller label. Are you using the labels that it came with?
No, I ordered the one that fills it up.
Okay, so that's what size is that? A 2? That's gonna be a teeny tiny label there, bud.
Is that too small for the post office?
Well, look at the stickers that you bought. You see how small that sticker is?
Yeah.
That's how small your label's gonna be.
Those are
Are those the 7.5 by 2 something?
Here,
No.
I'll measure it.
I don't know what
7.5 by 2 1/4.
Oh, okay. So they're not.
Yeah, those are the 90919. You need to use large lever arch when it goes because that's what I got. I use the same exact label.
Oh, okay.
Large lever arch.
Yep. It's when you go to print, it'll tell you to select your turbo 450 or whatever, and then it'll bring it up and it'll have like more settings, a little link for more settings, and you click
Yeah.
on that, and there'll be a drop down, and then you go down to large lever arch.
So
Okay, you gotta lay down.
Okay, I'll lay down.
Nice.
this is what I got. Can you see it? It printed the bottom of it on like half of it.
Oh, you're doing like the UPS style. You got to change the style of your label too. You're doing like the one that you would normally print on
Right.
like
Yeah,
a 8.5 by 11.
Yeah, there's a
So
drop down that you could pick what label size you have.
My
yeah,
God.
you have to do that too.
I'll screen share with y'all sometime. Y'all walk me through this.
Why don't you do it
Because
now?
I had to go through all that.
I don't
Had
know.
to figure it all.
I'm trying here. Let's see.
Yeah, see, I don't use that one for shipping label.
What do you use yours for?
Amazon.
Uh,
I use my 4XL for my shipping labels. But
Right.
then Todd sold me a 450, and I use that for my Amazon. So now I don't have to keep switching the dang labels back and forth.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here with my earbuds in, and I get up and I walk in to get me some coffee, and I can still hear y'all talking. And then I come back in here and I sit back down and I put my earbuds back in. And then I realize the damn things are not even plugged in. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me this morning?
Poor Tom.
Well,
It's
that's what makes-
Thursday.
That's what makes you the YouTube professional. And it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, don't
Is-
rush the week,
is it?
honey.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because I'm
only
always
Wednesday.
I've been screwed up on my days for 3 weeks, but I'm like, no, I know it's Wednesday today.
It's Wednesday. Okay.
Poor Roberta.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive.
If it's Thursday, I'm in trouble because I'm supposed to be at my
Okay.
mother's house right now.
I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
I hate to say it, Val, but you hit 50 and it's Valerie. Excuse me, Valerie. You hit 50 and it's already starting to set in.
Oh my gosh.
You joining the Todd and Tom Club. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm fixing to go to bed.
Better go.
Are
You
you? Yeah. I understand. You need to get some rest.
Yeah.
One more night, right? If it's
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Thursday because
That's
Thursday
okay.
you'd be off.
I didn't believe you.
Sally was going, she's crazy. She don't even know what day it is.
I
'Cause I'm
know.
sure Sally knows
I
knows
am-
exactly what day it is.
I'm completely lost. Completely. Oh my gosh.
Texas Val's got to get you down there so she
Oh,
can make sure
regulate me.
your gray matter stays active.
Regulate.
Oh, well, that's probably true. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Valerie, take your hat off.
No.
Have you let the color come out of your hair?
No, it's still there.
Okay, with that hat, it just looks like it's brown and
Wait,
No,
wait.
it's still.
oh, I see it now back there in the back.
I heard Carol dyed her hair gray. Is that true?
I don't know.
I dyed mine gray.
If it is, we need to see it.
Texas Val says I'm not going to be any help.
See, she
Oh
can
my
bring you, if she lives nearby, she can bring you lunch
Oh,
a couple of times a week and y'all can have lunch while you're manning the telephones.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. Where's Deb at?
I don't
I
know.
haven't seen her on here in a long time. Is she having trouble with her computer yet? Or her camera?
I don't know. I gotta reach out to her. I hate
well, I
that.
gotta go, y'all. Gotta go get some lunch.
All right. Well,
Lunch.
She
have a good
she
day.
Well,
dyed
breakfast.
her
I
gray.
don't.
Bye, Lori.
Hi,
Bye,
Lori.
Lori.
Have fun.
Bye.
Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, she
Said
dyed
she-
her gray hair. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that you dyed your, I don't know where I heard this from. I thought I heard that you dyed your hair gray. I'm like, what? That might look good. It looks good on some people. I've seen people that have dyed their hair gray. I think
My mom, when her hair started going gray, she always fussed all the time about, she wished it would just all go gray. And so, cause she's funny about her hair, you know. Every Friday she got to get that hair done, that hair did for church. But anyway, once it got to where it was predominantly gray, then she just let it, you know, just continue to grow out. And her hair is just silver all the way through now. And she'll go out in the sunlight and you can't look at her because she'll blind you with the reflection, which my wife says the same thing about me. She'll go, Tom, go stand in the shade.
I was just saying, now we know where you get your gray hair from, Tom.
Yeah.
The old silver fox.
No, it's from three teenage boys. I was 40 years old or 50 years old with three teenage boys. That's what did it.
How old were you when you adopted your boys?
I was 40 when we got Sergey.
Okay, so Jim was 42 when Brandon was born.
Oh God, he's gonna be old by the time he get.
Yeah, because how old is my son? Is 12, so yeah, he'll be like 60 or 61 when Brandon graduates high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went to kindergarten, or like, well, even like not so much here, I guess, but you have these opening days of school. But when we took Brandon to kindergarten, I'm like, oh my God, we're the old people. It's all like 20-year-olds, and we're like the two old people. Like, it's weird. There was teachers that had Jim's first two kids like in school, and they're Jimmy's 30 and his daughter's 28. They thought that my Jim, was Brandon's grandpa. Like
Oh wow.
it was little Jimmy's son, actually. Anyway.
Oh wow. That's kind of weird. But I mean, they didn't know no
Jim's
better.
son is 30. I mean, you'd definitely be
Yeah,
that age bracket if you were 18 or 20 when you had him.
that's true. Very true.
Well, you go to the pediatrician's office, which has been a long time since I've had to take one to the pediatrician, but you'll see a bunch of gray-haired old guys in there with little kids, and you expect the little kids to say, "Grandpa, can we stop for ice cream after this?" And it's like, "Daddy, can we get ice cream when we?" I think a lot of it's just people waited late in life to have their kids.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of like, I waited a long time to have grandkids.
Well, you don't have a choice in that one.
Well, I know, but I mean, the normal rhythm of life is, your kids get married and they start having babies, and I had to wait about 10 years before I had my first one. So, and I didn't have them, but before my daughter had her first kid. So they started pretty late. Julie was 36, no, 26. Sorry, Julie.
I was 34. And I remember when I went to the doctor, they're like, "Oh, you're awful old to be having a first child." Oh, you're so old. I'm 34. I'm not grandma. I'm not some 60-year-old that went and had like some kind of in vitro fertilization. I'm 34 years old. I didn't think I was ancient, but yeah. He's making a big deal about, oh, 34 and your first kid. Oh, you're so old.
Well, that's because you didn't know Jim 20 years or 10 years earlier.
I'm glad I didn't have kids with all the other guys I dated.
But you were young when Tina was born, weren't you? Isn't Tina the oldest?
Sally, wake up. You're nodding off. Sally, we see the top of your head again.
Sally Ann.
Poor Sally.
She's trying to get her phone.
I am fading fast. I can't stay up.
You know what? Y'all don't quit chewing on that.
Okay.
Stop it.
Oh. You and that dang cat.
No, I swear. We were sitting down last night. We did our walking, and because we started this thing that every night after dinner we turn on one of the walking videos on YouTube and we walk for 10 minutes, at a fast pace.
Where are you walking?
Just in the, it's in place. Walking.
Because I was gonna say, how the hell are you watching? Unless you're doing it on your phone, watching a walking YouTube video and walking. But, okay. No,
it's like aerobics walking.
Okay, all right.
And she said, "What did you want?" We were talking about afterwards. We were sitting cooling off, and she said, we were talking about getting some things that we need to start picking up for the boys for Christmas, and she said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "I want 2 French doors to go right there." She said, "Why?" And I said, "So I can put the cats on one side and me on the other side."
Yeah.
See, look at that. Are you dressed? No. Oh.
And she said, "Well, you won't be able to do nothing because all you hear is, knocking at the door, scratching on the door."
Oh, anyway, can you basically remember what size box?
I can just visualize Tom sweating to the oldies with
Richard Simmons.
With Richard Simmons and his short shorts and.
Yep. Come on, baby, let's go.
When Roberta was seeing a diet doctor, he asked her. He says, "If you ever run across those dealer meal things that he used to sell," he said, "you need to get that." He said, "Because if you follow it like you're supposed to, it's the best diet program out there."
Trying to get fit, Tom?
Huh?
Are you trying to get fit?
I'm trying to get where I can walk from here to.
You want to come and live with me for about a month, and I'll get you where you can walk around.
No,
Sally.
No,
I did it to Jim when I met him. And I'm fat, but I'm fat.
I saw Jim Lau in that chair on Facebook, My God, if you hadn't met her, you'd have been a big old fella by now.
Yeah. Well, he used to be like, I'd be like, I gotta go stack hay. It's hay season. He'd be like, "Oh, I'll help you." I'm like, "Oh, you don't have to. You're kind of office boy." And he and then I just throw in that hay off, and I'm just working normal pace. His face would be like cherry red. I mean, like bright red. And he'd be like, "Stop rushing me. We need to take a break. Slow down. I have a bad back." And now I got him in shape. I don't hear any of that stuff. He used to wear this like back belt to hold his back in place because he had a bad back. He don't do any of that anymore. He just needed to go do some work.
Oh, Lord.
And I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm not even working fast." Okay, dude. Smoke another cigarette while you're at it.
My goodness.
Yeah, you don't get much pity from me.
I think my arm's broken. Well, that's the bone sticking to the skin. Let's just wrap some duct tape around it.
If you said to me,
that's right.
"Oh, if you said to me, I really hurt my arm, I hope I didn't break it. The first thing I would do to you is I'd be like, okay, hold your arm up. Now see if you can do this. This. Okay, it's not broken.
You're fine.
Take it off.
You'll be fine. You're busy on that hay.
Rub some dirt on it.
Whoops.
I know Jim lost like 20 pounds, and I don't like it when he starts getting skinnier than me, so I'm gonna probably fatten him up again.
Why? Why don't you want him skinnier than you?
Cause if one of us is gonna be fatter, it's gonna be the man. I'm not gonna be the fatter of the two. That's just my rules in life.
There you go. That's a good
When I started
way to
dating
go.
Jim, I was kind of seeing another guy at the same time, and he was a really nice guy too. He was all into bicycling and doing all this activity, and I was skinny at the time, but I'm like, I always knew I had this penchant to be pudgy, so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be like, if I get pudgy, I'm not gonna have this guy looking at me like, oh, you better ride the bike a little longer or something, you know. So I picked Jim because he liked to eat pizza in the middle of the night.
Damn good thing he wasn't a vegetarian, or Jim would still be single.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jim, you know, you go to the bar, drink all night, and then he'd be like, oh, you want to have pizza? All right. I was real hardcore, made sure I didn't eat after 8, but okay, I'll have pizza.
I would tell you what, I'm gonna have to say Aunt Tara's story time is a lot better than my story time. Poor
Oh my
Jim.
God. We were at a wedding, and that other guy came up to me. He was there too, and he's like walking around drinking. He's like, "Oh, hey Tara, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, hey Mike." I go, you probably know Jim here. They went to school together. He's drinking this drink with a drink straw, you know, like old fashioned. Goes like this, vaguely. Jim's like, that asshole. He goes, I went to school with him. We used to go to we used to go to parties together in the woods. Vaguely. Anyway.
My dad's only brother passed away. We were at the funeral, and it was like the first time Roberta met all of the extended family. And my cousin started firing on her. And finally I said, you know she's with me, don't you? Like, we live together? And he said,
oh, you were living in sin? Ooh.
Yeah, we lived together for about 6 months.
Oh boy.
We were trying to, well, it took us that long to we had to try to have papers served on her ex-husband, so he had signed the divorce papers.
Oh no.
Because they had been separated 15, 16 years and just never did the paperwork. So we wanted to get married, and we had to try to chase him down, and he wouldn't ever accept the damn papers.
Oh, jeez.
So we finally, you know, after a certain amount of time, they no, actually, they finally served him on his mother.
Oh wow!
Because the detective knew his family, and he went over and talked to her for a minute. She said, "By the way, can you give these to the guy?" And she said, "Sure." And so after that, the clock started ticking, and you know, he didn't have to really do anything. And then we got married. We went down to historic Bratonsville, where they made the Patriot ad, and got married.
Oh, I like that movie. I was just talking about that movie. I think I bought a copy of it. I'm like, you know, I like that movie. I'm gonna buy a copy of it.
Bless you.
That's his house, the family homestead.
Yeah.
It's open for tours down in
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have photographs and stuff like that from when they were making the movie.
Oh.
It's pretty out there. I don't know how they ever got anything to grow out there, because it's all this damn clay stuff. That part of the county never developed because you couldn't get a septic system to work in the clay out there.
Yeah.
And so that when they finally started running septic systems, sewer lines out that area, then they could finally start developing it. But it's pretty cool. Especially when I've watched enough of the movie to see the house. Okay. So, you know, I've stood up on the porch and said, oh, this is where what's his name stood in the movie.
See, I just assumed it was like filmed in Virginia. I didn't know that.
No.
Huh.
It was filmed out there in the middle, and there's a scene where there's a lot of soldiers camped out. There's a big field that they filmed that for.
I like the part where he has those 2 Irish wolfhounds that belong to that English guy. So he
Right.
goes and like takes them back, and then when he's leaving, he whistles, and the dogs take off and follow him.
We like on DVDs. We like watching the commentary by the director or the actors and
Oh
what.
yeah, like the making of the movie stuff.
Yeah, and in The King and I, I think it's The King and I, the last one that they made with Jodie Foster in it. She's making commentary as the movie's playing, and she says, "Right now, I'm getting ready to travel 300 miles," and she's walking out of a door out of the palace, and then she steps out on like this patio, and she said that patio is 300 miles from where the house was at, or the mansion was at, the palace was at.
Oh my god! Well, if you like The King of the Eye, you'll definitely like Cold Mountain. You should watch it. You'll like it. Don't listen to Jim. Trust me. It's
Well, I like Jodie Foster.
I love Cold Mountain.
Yeah,
That's
it's a love
great
story.
movie.
Jim doesn't like it because it's heartbreaking at the end, but it's a really good movie.
I don't like heartbreaking movies, but
Well,
I like
it's
Jodie.
good-
I
but
always had a thing for Jodie Foster as a kid, so I guess
It's not in Cold Mountain. It's Nicole Kidman and Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
And somebody else. Oh, Jude Law.
If I have it on Netflix, I might check it out.
You have it's during the Civil War.
I marry you. I marry you. I marry you.
Oh yeah, that was it. Oh yeah. Yeah, how many guys have tried to get you to fall for that one? Oh yeah, now it's like we're married, right?
I like the scene where Nicole was afraid of that rooster and Renee Zellweger just walks up and wrings its neck.
I like Renee Zellweger because she's marching all over that farm going, 1, we need to fix this gate. 2, and she's always like speed walking. And Jim's like, oh my God, that reminds me of you.
That's the reason he doesn't like the movie. he has flashbacks of when y'all first got married.
And Nicole Kidman's got like this notebook. 1, fix gate. 2, we need to fertilize or whatever. She's going through this whole thing they got to do to get this farm under control. Anyway. He's like, oh my God, it reminds me of you.
The best movie that Nicole Kidman has made, other than Days of Thunder.
I knew you were going to say Days of Thunder. I was going to say Days of Thunder.
Was The Others.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, that was good.
What makes it so good is the twist on the end of it.
Yeah. Because then you figure out that they're the ghosts.
Yeah. Well, you just ruined it for everybody that has not seen.
Well, okay, the movie's like 15 years old now. Spoiler, they're the ghosts. Hey, if you haven't watched that other one with the kid, Willis is dead.
The Days of Thunder barn, that's in Mooresville.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went and seen that.
And there's a part in Days of Thunder where they're in a boat, and the guy says, he points up to a piece of land, there's a hill, and he says, I'm gonna build a house up there one day. And they say, well, how much is that going to cost? He said about $1 million. Well, a friend of mine owns that piece of property that they filmed that.
Really?
That shot with. Yeah, I said, did you get any money out of that? He said, no, but I can tell people, hey, because that's really kind of an open,
Did I hear they're going to remake Days of Thunder?
I hope not.
I thought I heard that, unless I'm insane.
Huh.
You know what they need to do? They need to quit remaking movies because they make good movies very bad when they remake them because they're trying to do all this new shit with them. They need to go to the library. They need to go to the library and find some books. Find some new stories, find something like that. The Day the Earth Stood Still, they screwed that movie up. That's the classic. War of the Worlds. They screwed that one up. I mean, really.
Yep. I feel you.
I'm just kind of passionate about my old movies.
Yeah, they need to get a little more inventive and start thinking of some new stuff rather than basing
So
it off of the old stuff.
you're passionate about old movies. Do you make a calendar where you dress up your cats and scenes from all the classic movies?
No, I do not. Thank you very much. No, I like certain old movies.
That's the show, because that's what they do with the Shih Tzus. You have like one is like Atlanta burning and Gone with the Wind, and
Yeah.
then
No,
Casablanca and stuff like that.
no.
They give this calendar out.
I wish I could put clothes on, costumes on my cats.
I could totally see you sitting in the house dressing your cat up in costumes. I don't know why, but that totally fits.
I would have little, because I don't have a daughter. I'd have little girly outfits on her.
Did he just say, I wish I could dress my cats up?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Listen, I was going to try to leash train them, so I could take them outside with a harness and, a leash. That wasn't happening.
My neighbor does that. They walk their cat down the road.
We had a crazy, I don't want to call her, well, she was crazy, and not just because of this. She'd walk up and down the road with her parrot on her shoulder. She looked like a pirate.
Good morning, Jameson Closet.
Morning, kids, deals and more. Summer. Good morning. Good morning.
But yeah, I wish I'd leave old movies alone. Write something new.
What about Cool Hand Luke? Do you like that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. They need to leave that one alone too.
One of my all-time favorites is The Last Castle. And it had Robert Redford in it. And that was a really good movie.
Have you watched Out of Africa with Meryl Streep, Robert Redford?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's long, but it's good. It's good. It's real long. What? But anywho.
Yep.
What time is it?
It's 10 after 10. It's time to cut y'all loose and
Roxy, we just traveled through time because we lost an hour somewhere.
I know. Like 10 after 10. No, it's not.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I hope everybody has a great day. And
bye, everybody.
We'll see y'all later.
Be sure to give Valerie a thumbs up.